Welcome to Citrine Presents. My name is Yesenia and I'm one of the community resource navigators at Citrine Health. Our mission is to connect women and their families to services and resources for health and wellness. We are a nonprofit social service agency that has been supporting our community members for the last 26 years. Hi, welcome everybody. I want to introduce our next guest. Her name is Jane Pak. She is from the Snohomish County Legal Services. Welcome, Jane. How are you?
Thank you for having me, Nasenia.
I am so happy that you're here. We want to go ahead and just get to know a little bit more of what you guys do. Can you let us know what your mission is?
Yes, so Snohomish County Legal Services mission is guiding people in poverty out of crisis by providing quality legal services, and those services are free to the community.
Perfect. And what other services that you guys provide for the community?
So we provide a spectrum of services. A little bit of history about Snohomish County Legal Services. We're celebrating our 40th year this year, starting off as a volunteer lawyer program driven primarily by attorney volunteers that volunteer their time. Over the years, we've grown to add staff. We've added attorneys on staff, and now we are able to provide hybrid services. We still do rely a lot on volunteer attorneys, but we also have attorneys on staff for emergency and additional services. We really focus on basic legal needs areas that impact our community's lives on the most basic levels. And those two areas are family law and housing services. In addition to our limited services and advice and consultations, we do develop and give presentations to the community. We develop materials, educational materials, know your rights, and also give presentations to the general public and our community partners about just the different services that we offer and any new and upcoming changes to the laws.
I love that you're providing a service, but you're also educating, which is a big part. I always say that, but it's a big part about helping people is finding the education and finding where to be able to do what they need to be doing. So we appreciate that very much. I know that there is some free advice that can be given. What free advice would that be for you guys?
So an example of a brief consultation or free advice, I would use the example of our housing, which is our largest department, and we focus primarily on eviction defense. So an example would be whether, say, a landlord has texted someone that they are being evicted and that they need to get out. So an example of a quick advice would be, am I being evicted? And kind of going through that process and educating them, you are being evicted or you're not being evicted. This is not a proper form because the eviction process is a more formal court process. So you can't just, text someone or leave them a voicemail saying that you are evicting them without going through the proper process. And then educational component, as well as we also take that time to educate our clients in going forward and saying, this is what you should be on the lookout for. This is when you need to come back and talk to us about next steps. This is what a proper eviction notice looks like. But another example may also be, I have a mold issue that is not being rectified. What can I do? How can I fix it? Where do I go from here? How do I inform my landlord? So there is that educational legal literacy component that we incorporate into our advice and our services as well.
That's awesome. I like knowing a little bit more about our education when it comes to housing. It's so important. Knowing the laws and how things work is always good to know just in case any of these examples do happen and many more. Thank you for always educating people. That's really awesome. If people wanted to know exactly how to contact you and where to be able to get more information, how can they find that for you guys?
Now you will see us around the community. We do have partnerships with community partners throughout the county, and we do bring clinics into the community, whether it is a collaborative clinic or a pop-up clinic. We try to branch out into the community and bring our services to clients, because many times our clients are facing barriers that impact their ability to access services. So even though our office is centrally located in downtown Everett, where the courthouses are, we do have services in Edmonds, Linwood, Monroe, all the way up to Stanwood, and where you can find where we are at any given time. We've done a really great job of revamping and updating our social media and website. So you can actually go to our website and see where we are each day. And we try to do a really good job of keeping that updated. Our Facebook is probably the most up-to-date and recent. And we will post where we're at, and then any pop-up information that is outside of our regular schedule. And when you go to our Facebook, you can also see that we do share services and kind of these additional news broadcasts from our community partners. So one such community partner is the Carnegie Resource Center. And we do have a clinic there, and they do have other programs such as the free tablet or free phone service. And we will share that information to our clients and to our community through our social media.
That's amazing. I love when one organization helps the other pass their resources, and especially to some part of the community that we don't have that. Thank you for spreading it out to be able to guide everywhere as much as possible in the community. And Jane, is there anything else that you would like to share with the community that we haven't touched yet?
So I think the biggest part and a big reason why we just do so much outreach and educational component is there is a component of self-help to our work, where we try to educate the community in terms of these are areas that you should be aware of, that you should be seeking legal assistance or getting the advice. Our services are free to those that qualify. So you do have to be a low-income resident of Snohomish County, but the services are completely free, to where you can come in and sit down with an attorney. You do sit down with an attorney and get that advice, and they will direct you in the right direction. Why that's so important is the earlier you seek legal advice, the better your outcome. We've seen that time and time again through providing services. And so the earlier that you can reach out and get that legal advice, there's more control and a more successful outcome for our clients. And the other thing is the component of self-help is we wouldn't know that you have a legal issue until you come and you ask those questions. So and we try to make it as low or no barrier as possible. We understand that our clients, a lot of times, they are coming to us in crisis. And that is why our partnerships with community partners are so important, because they are solving one or two or three of their issues and not just one legal issue, because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of their issues have a legal component or a legal solution. So partnering with trusted community partners makes it easier and kind of gives them that nudge to seek legal services in a safe, comforting environment, because talking about these legal issues that they have is challenging and nerve-wracking. So we are mindful of that, and we try to incorporate that into our programs. So it doesn't hurt to get that legal advice that's free and to get it as soon as possible.
Yes, and we will link all of your website, Facebook, so people can find it super easy to go and find you. Jane, thank you so much again for coming and sharing another resource here in the community. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for helping us share our services and the news.
Of course. Thank you again, Jane, for coming and sharing the Snohomish County Legal Services and being able to explain to us all the education you guys have for the community. And then the free advice, of course, was always great to hear. But if you guys want to know a little bit more about everything that they're doing, please go check them out at their social media and also their website. We will be able to put that at the end of the video. Thank you so much again. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and see you next time. Bye.